Hey guys, DJ AJ 101 with you here this evening. I just wanted to give you guys a quick little article update, one that I actually happen to find quite interesting. It's actually about Google and Motorola. So for those of you who do not know, just give a little bit of background information. Google actually had purchased Motorola Mobility. That's a section of Motorola, the company. It's a big company. But they had purchased the mobility section in hopes to make a custom Android phone that would compete head-to-head with Apple's own iPhone. So be just like the iPhone, controlling from hardware to software integration to give users perhaps the best experience of Android. As pretty much everybody knows, Google has plenty of different vendors that put the Android OS on their handsets, like Motorola Mobility actually used to do it. I think they still do it. I know Verizon has a lot of Motorola phones with their Droid commercials, as well as LG, Samsung being one of the biggest right now, and HTC. The list goes on and on and on. There are many different vendors of Android phones. But Google wants this one to be special. It wants it to be almost like the iPhone, hand-to-hand hardware and software integration, just like I said. But what this article really happens to focus on is that Google seems to be having some supply chain issues with making this Android-powered phone that Google wants to make, especially for those of you who like the iPhone experience. And I will happen to admit that I personally think that the iPhone still wins on a few different levels over Android, specifically because you don't have that, hand-in-hand hardware and software integration. So Google is actually calling this the X Phone project. And just to get into what kind of the controversy is here, is that they have Liar Ron, who's Google's product manager, who's really in charge of this whole thing. And I guess from what the article is hinting is that they're having production issues, supply chain issues, which actually, ironically enough, is Tim Cook's specialty. He used to be the chief operating officer, the COO at Apple, before he took over for Steve Jobs just last year. But this is quite interesting because we've heard a lot about this, but really there hasn't been too much talk about it since Google bought Motorola Mobility. So I really do hope that this kind of gets Google off the ground. I would actually like to see a custom phone from Google that's actually going to compete head-to-head with the iPhone if they can make it really that good to give users the best possible experience. I think that that would be really outstanding. I know right now the Galaxy S3 and the Samsung Note 2 are probably two of the best phones on the market besides the Nexus phones, the phones that Google puts their pure Android OS on. So I'm really interested to see what Google comes of this. I hope that they finally get this off the ground. I think it would be a great competition starter for Apple, because I think, right now they have the distinct advantage of having both hardware and software integration, and I think Google can do just as good of a job if they finally get things in order. And I know it kind of hints that here that Google's awesome at services, but not so great at hardware, and it always seems that it's like the other way around on Apple's side. Apple does fantastic hardware, but very poor service integrations, especially with iCloud, etc., especially Mobile Me back in the day. We all know how much of a failure that was. But just wanted to share this with you guys. Leave the link in the description below to let you guys check it out on your own. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that they'll finally get the phone off within maybe the next year to 6 months? I think it would be very great. Always great for competition to see a head-to-head phone with one of the greatest phones out there, the iPhone, just to see if they can maybe compete head-to-head with Samsung, because they were looking at this. I know Microsoft has done this with the PC vendors, didn't really sit too well with them. But I'm just kind of curious to what you guys think that they're going to do. So please leave your comments below. Can't wait to hear what you guys think. Also, feel free to rate this video up and subscribe if you happen to like my YouTube content. I sure do appreciate that very much. As well as check out my YouTube channel. I'll try to do a little bit of everything tech content related anyways. So anyways, guys, check out the link in the description below. I will see you guys in my next video. Have a great one till then, guys.